Okay, so you are so vast. As I'm going into you, so as I connected, the first thing I could feel was your heart and your teeth.
Yeah. Okay.
Randomly, I have no idea what that's all about, but it all felt a bit human. And you're like, nah, move on. So go deeper. So then as I go into you and I come out into this kind of abyss, and it's like there is some form missing. It's like you've something's blasted you open so quickly that it feels like you've not got any containment. And so I can feel that you've got kind of a containment form around the edges, but it's like this sort of a black hole that, but it's like it kind of goes, it does go in. So it's not like, oh, look, this is your lovely, open skate. It's like, oh, we're going in, we're going in, we're going falling, 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 falling. And I have no idea where I'm going to end up.
Okay.
And so it doesn't feel like this is a kind of a healthy, it feels too unorganized. It doesn't feel managed enough to be anything but something interrupting you.
Mhm.
So I'm just going to have a look and see what it is. Okay. Yeah. It's coming from here.
Mm.
It's right there. It's like a black hole in between your heart and your throat. Now they're showing me. And whatever this is also connecting down into your calves. And I can feel that they're chained.
Oh.
Back to the teeth again. Might be relevant. It's all part of the same thing. Okay, I've got you. This, whatever this is, it's giving you a false identity. It's making you feel sad,
Mm.
and you're not sad. It's creating a kind of like vortex of false energy. It's like you've connected into something, or something's connected into you. It feels a little bit connected into the collective conscious, but it's not wholly of that. I think that's just a sort of by the by. What are you? This is karmic. No. Past life. Past life on this planet? No, it's past life off planet, isn't it? Okay, I know what I'm doing with now. Realign her. Okay. Remove the attachments. Disconnect the communication signals. Back of the neck. Remove the monkey from her forehead. Catch it. Remove it. Now reintegrate this into her system. Remove excess. And then remove those attachments on the back, please. There's flaps I can see. Upper vertebra is most challenged. Let's pull that pin out. Yeah, don't let that's an anchor. Take that out, please. There it goes. There's the attachment. Whew. Out of her system completely. It's not gone. It might look pretty, but it's not. Thank you. I don't want it. I don't want any of it. It's not real. Okay. Whew. Bloody hot now. So that was to do with your transformation. So what you had was this interference coming in from a past life. I don't know what you'd done or you pissed off, but it was like siphoning from you, and what it was taking from you was it was stopping you from being able to transform, because what was trapped within it was your phoenix, or like a weird illusionary kind of phoenix energy. And you need the phoenix energy to be able to transform. Well, you particularly need the phoenix to transform. You know, the firebird comes up, burns itself out, and goes back down. And you need to keep reinventing yourself in this way. You need to create the power. You get to a certain point of power source. You can't go any further. It burns out, and then a new frequency is born, and then a new power then adds to it. So while this thing was this literally this hole, you had no form. Everything just kept falling down the hole. It's sucked in. So you couldn't properly connect the heart and the throat, get the communication out, and you wouldn't be able to go through your transformation process. So your phoenix is not in yet. What they tried to show me was a false one, and I wasn't having it. So I know yours is bigger, much, much bigger than what I could see. This little pathetic thing with a little tail. It certainly wasn't you. So she will be presented to you at some point, and she is massive.
Oh, good.
Fucking huge firebird, and hence the heat. Not just menopause; it is the heat of the fire. So there's something about you and your fire element going on here. What relationship do you have with fire, Faye?
I'm obsessed with it. Not in a pyromaniac, burn things down way.
So that's great. So you really can resonate with this.
Yeah.
This really is your power coming in here, isn't it? This is you being able to acknowledge your true power, rather than whatever it was that was being pathetically put in front of you. Like, oh no, here's some power. And of course you went, oh lovely, thank you very much. Not realizing that you had all this other power. Okay. So is that complete? Because your root chakra is driving me mental. Can I?
Oh, sorry. I apologise on its behalf.
Apologise for your answer.
Sort it out.
Okay. So as I'm going into your root chakra, it feels quite heavy, a bit kind of leadish, a bit clunky, very out of shape for whatever this is. And again, I can feel it in your throat. So this is all about realigning with this throat, isn't it? I keep coming back to that throat chakra again. So whatever you've been clearing, obviously stuff is coming up from it, because I can feel the root having a reaction. So your throat chakra is your creative expression. It expresses all of your chakras. It expresses all of everything. So it has a relationship with every part of you. You have a chamber within your throat that represents every chakra. And so it's really important aspect of our being, this throat. So what I'm feeling is a mixture of grounding and non-grounding, but not in a very clean way. It's like part of your legs ground and part of them don't. Very peculiar. It's like a sort of ripple ice cream. Um, and it's quite unusual to have a mixture like that. So give me a moment. You know how if you try and put a child into a swimming pool and it's cold and it sort of will climb up you to try and
Mhm.
avoid the cold of the swimming pool.
Yes.
It feels like you've got parts of you that do not want to go in that ground. It's
Mm,
like Mother Earth is something toxic, there's some interruption in your root system that's got something in it that is insisting that Mother Earth is a bad place. So I'm going to go and find out what it was because you've got some lovely connections going down and then these interferences and they are like I can't work out whether it's attachments or little you
mm.
trying to not go into the ground. So let's see what it is. Do you have problems with your grounding at all?
Oh yeah, I'm so flighty. I'm really strict. I have to make myself every day.
Ah,
Um,
I see.
but
Yeah,
and I've
this.
been really pushing to like take the like not wear rubber shoes and things, so and just walk
Yeah.
around barefoot.
Okay.
To really make myself, but not ideal in London at times. But like
No, indeed. Okay, so this might make some sense of this. It is in the child zone. This is why I keep seeing it like raspberry ripple ice cream, and it feels like climbing up mummy. It is it's a child thing. This. Were you a bit scared of your mum?
I worried on her behalf. I worried about her like I was the parent.
Okay, right.
I wasn't scared of her though.
No, you weren't scared of her, right? Sure. Was there any women? Were there any kind of dominating women around you? Did you have, because it just feels like you've been scared by a bit of a battle axe somewhere along the line. Maybe you were too small to remember. I wonder whether it happened like pre-3. I wonder whether you were
Mm.
shouted at because this feels very small, this little thing.
This is a really weird one. The only thing I can think of, my mum said she found me literally traumatized, like shaking like a leaf once, because when I was a little, about 4 or 5, there was a program called Grot Bags on TV, and I was obsessed with witches. I loved them even from the age of 0,
Yeah.
obsessed with them. And so she just left me because to watch Grot Bags. But apparently she was screaming, and my mum said she came in and I was shaking. But that's the
Ah.
only thing I could possibly think of.
Except that's good. It's good because what you've got then is you've got the memory, haven't you? You're so little that you have the memory of being here and being persecuted. So
Mm,
being that burnt witch, being that tortured witch, it's like, don't let me touch the earth, mummy. I don't want
mm.
to, if I come here, if I be here, they're going to hurt me.
Oh
So
yeah.
and that's what I'm kind of feeling now, this kind of reluctance to even to connect into the earth because that was where you had suffered so much. So this is really weird half in, half out thing you've got, but it's not from incarnating like I would normally feel it through here. You've incarnated and then you've tried to go back.
Yes, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So let's come to this little part of you. Bless your heart. Oh my God, they grounded you. They have put some grounding in me, so they must have been anchoring in you. So solid, amazing. Okay. It feels like this little one is taken on responsibilities that isn't actually hers. There's a much bigger weight to her sense of responsibility on the earth than there should be for a very small child. It's like you've come through with some quite serious frequency in you. Already you're a bit kind of like, you know, what where am I going? What am I coming to? And this sense of, right from the beginning, there was this activation of healing energy within your body. And it's like there is this sort of sense of responsibility to this healing that this little girl has. It's like she knows that if she goes and picks up the pigeon, she can make it better.
Yeah.
It's, if I could just go and put my little hands on Granny because she's not, and make her better. It's like you've got these magic hands that were already functional as a small child, and but then there's this part of you that feels responsible.
Yeah, I always, it sounds really weird, but I've always, like, people have always come up to me, even when I was a little kid, and asked for help, like adults, and they'd always want
Yes,
me to
yes.
fix them and help them, and I didn't know how, because I was just little, and that's happened my whole life.
Oh my
And then
goodness.
when I'd wake up, like, knowing, like, my best friend, I knew my best friend would die, and I knew that before he did, and everything like this. I knew exactly. I wrote it all down. And on the day he died, I woke up and I knew something was wrong. But I hated myself so much because I couldn't stop it, and I felt like this
Yeah,
responsibility to fix and save people.
yeah,
And it's not just me, like, having a god complex. It's people
yeah,
have just come
yeah.
to me always.
Yes, it's part of your natural frequency of who you are, and you've come to do some quite big work for the planet. So it's your relationship is with Mother Earth. On some level, you have to open up that relationship with her, because I think a lot of your power is within her.
Mm.
But that because of the lifetimes you've had, there is this tentative relationship, because it's like, well, what are you going to put me through now? I have a feeling that you've been encouraged to come this time, that it wasn't so much of your willingness. It was come on, you really need to come and sort this is your time, and you're going, I'm knackered,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm exhausted from everything, but you said, okay, I'll come this one last time and see what I can do, because my feeling is that you've tried before and it hasn't worked.
Yeah, this has to be it for me.
Has to be it,
I
doesn't it?
can't,
No,
yeah.
I've got it. So why you never went to sleep? You were activated from a baby. You had, it's like it was all on, all up, all the volumes are up. You know. So just relax into your body if you can, Faye. Just connect to your body. Your body is the earth. We are born of her. We are made from her. Our physical body is the same as the physical body of the earth. We are fire, we are water, we are air, we are earth, we are metal, magnets. And I just want you to take a moment to recognize that you are part of the earth, that the globe, the physical, material earth is the same as your body. Just making that connection on a physical plane. So you're already in this body. You don't own this body, you're borrowing this body. I know you know that. I know you can feel that very clearly. You're the custodian of this body. And you respect your body. I know you respect your body. You respect it for what it is and for the gift that it is. And on some level, you've accepted it. You've accepted that you're here, and you accept that you have this body. And by and large, your spirit is happy in this body. Within the body, there is a memory, and the memories have been activated by the soul. So there are certain memories that you have from your past lives and certain memories that you don't. But within the memory activation is the frequency activation, the energy. And you're very aware of some of your past life energies. You're very aware of some of the persecution and the suffering that you went through in previous lifetimes as a conduit for the divine, as a spokesperson for Mother Earth, as an enlightened soul. These frequencies and these memories alive in your system to remind you who you are, not to inhibit your journey here. They're sending through a very powerful wash of light through from the crown of your head, through your whole body, through your system. And they're just going to take down some of these memories. They're going to wash away, clean away some of these memories that are banked up, that are creating this backlog of memory and then fear. Now, these lifetimes are in many, many places. So there's one that's leaving now is a very, very, very old African tribal lifetime. So these aren't all just what we consider modern lifetimes. You've experienced suffering and persecution in many, 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 many forms. And we're allowing this to go back as far as it can, as far as you'll allow it. Just allowing it to be emptied, to be washed through you, to be taken from you. Don't need them anymore. There's a particular something that's stuck on the back of your right knee.
Yeah, I'm holding it now, and it's because there's one memory that is really important.
Okay.
That I have to. I think. Well, I feel I have to try and remember it.
Okay.
And it's really important, and it's related to this as well.
Okay.
And I don't know what it is, but I know it's important. I'm literally holding my right knee.
I'll go into the right knee because
Okay.
it's hurting me as well right now.
Okay.
Okay, so what I can see is it's a female, like a high priestess, for want of a better word, some very influential female figure within a tribe a very long time ago. I mean, thousands of years ago, it feels. You are the spiritual leader of this tribe. And you've got this weird hat on. It's like, I don't know what it is. It's like this really strange looking, I don't know, it's a very strange looking thing. Anyway, signifies your importance because you've got this weird boat on your head. And you predict that there's going to be a volcano erupting. You predict that this, you know it's going to come. You are very in tune with nature. You have foresight. You are a priestess. You can see, and you know you've had a vision. You've had a vision that this mountain is going to explode, and this, you've seen the kind of the mushroom cloud. You saw that something's going to happen, and you could feel the heat, and you felt the screaming. You didn't really know what it was. I don't think you'd seen a volcano before, but you got this vision of this thing, and of course you take it to the people. Now there must be this quite a big settlement, this, so I mean there's got to be 500 people here. It's not a little place. It's quite a substantial settlement wherever this may be. So you're not the only you're not only the only seer. You're not the only priestess. And you're certainly not the leader. You're the spiritual advisory. And of course you go and you tell your vision, and nobody believes you. Everybody just thinks you're being sensational, or it's symbolic. It's, no, it's just another one of your symbolic whatevers. So it really stresses you out because it's like, what do you do? Do you go round and tell people and frighten them? Do you cause hysteria with people because they're really easily influenced? If you, the high priestess, go around saying this, then you're not really supposed to say anything unless it's gone through the elders, you see, through them. So you're really struggling to know how to place yourself within this.
There was another past life I saw too, a different time later that relates to this. Makes sense. I was watching, it looked a bit like London, but a long time ago, burning to the ground, but I was paralyzed, so I couldn't tell anybody.
Interesting. So this is the beginning.
So this might be where it comes from.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And the thing is, you don't have time. You haven't got time to play with. You can't sit on it for a week. You don't know when this thing's going to come. It literally comes. Do you leave and save yourself and take your sisters with you? Do you, in your temple? Do you take your temple? Do you abandon? It's like, what do you do for the best? And there's nothing you can do. There's literally nothing you can do apart from pray. And that's all you did. That's all you did. You didn't leave. You stayed with it. You sacrificed yourself. You knew it was coming. And when it did actually come, and it all went mental, you just all you and all your sisters in your temple, you just held fast, and you just I just want to cry. Oh my God, I'm so emotional.
Okay.
Whew, whew, whew. I've obviously got something similar going on somewhere. Whew. It was hard. It was really hard.
Yeah.
And you were very brave. And it's like it was the sense of it really marked you. This life really, there was such a disempowerment that came from it. You know, it really kind of put you back a few millennia in your development anyway. You know, you really kind of fuck you all, you know, kind
Oh
of.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Bless her heart. And it's a little bit like she is constantly burning. It's like she's never stopped burning. When I go inside you, it's like I can see you and these sisters, your sisters of divine, and you're just on fire. And it's like this awful scene that won't go away. It won't come out of your system. And it's like it's the screams, it's not being able to scream, it's screaming and there's nothing coming out.
That's a problem I had in this life as well. I couldn't scream. I did a silent scream, and my boyfriend at the time was like, "That is so creepy. Why do you?" I couldn't scream.
I couldn't scream. And that's this. It blocked your. This it was so dense. The heat. There's not. You can't scream, and there's no air. So So this is okay. We're getting it. We're getting a lot of correlations here. Okay, let's go to this poor part of you. Goodness me. It's in your heart. Okay. So one of the things we also have to acknowledge is that the utter disgust at the masculine,
Okay.
because the male elders that were in charge that ultimately wouldn't do anything about it, and it's because it was all to do with status.
Yeah, because they're weak and their egos.
If they'd
Yeah.
have left, they would have left their land, they would have left their status, they would have had to have gone cap in hand to another tribe, they wouldn't have been king, they wouldn't have been whatever elders. It was bollocks, it was ego bollocks back then. And you really, really, really tried to forgive them.
Yeah.
Really tried. But you were really struggling, and she's saying to me, I'm really struggling. Because it's interesting because she's such an evolved part of you that it's like she's with me telling me the story of watching her. So it's like she's really in part of you that I have to integrate her into you somehow. Again, it's that root chakra I'm in again down there. She's actually laughing at herself now. She knows that she got into a pickle. She's so far, you're so far away from this. It is just an echo, but it has got interruption. So she's doing some healing around your brow chakra, trying to change some of the perceptions and the fixed perceptions that came from that. And she's taking down some of the structures in your root chakra that have been sort of holding this in place, and also holding male dominance in place because of the disempowerment from this. There's a whole structure that comes from this. She's just she's just kind of, I don't know how you'd say it, vaulted or come off this weird, this is so strange face. So it's like a gymnastics horse, the vault. And it's like you've been straddling it, and and it's like you've been trying to keep your root chakra open.
Oh,
Like this structure where your legs are kind of straddle, and it's sort of keeping the whole of your inner world open. Um, and it's not healthy. And I don't know why you've been forced into this or created this, or whether it was just to get some grounding or something you've been trying to get grounding in. And as I take you off, it's like you're sitting on a horse forever. It's like, oh blimey, you've sort of got these wide legs that you can't shut your legs. Well, that fixed you in, didn't it? That's what you're trying to do. It worked. But I'm not sure it's a healthy thing. This, it feels like a structure that's been made. Somebody's made you be, I don't know, made you. What's root chakra? Family, career, money, safety. It's all that kind of stuff. So I just take this off your crown. So anyway, that's big. That's big. Heels. It's a lack of choice. It felt like you didn't have any choice in it. It's like something that was making you spread your legs.
This is really weird that's come up as well. The ex-boyfriend that I mentioned very briefly then on Friday of last week, and I knew this was going to happen. He texted me to say that his girlfriend's pregnant and he wanted me to know. We're going back 10 years, but I got pregnant with him when I was 26 and had an abortion. And this is, I felt I had no choice. So I'm not surprised that this is coming up now, because that's not the only incident. I knew when another friend, she was in the process of doing a pregnancy test, and I just knew it's all, I know it's all there. I know all these things, and it's all the timing on these things.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm not surprised, but it's good to know where it comes from. And
yeah, well, I'm glad. It makes more sense to you than I've never seen anything like that.
okay, yeah, this.
So let's heal. We're just going to heal this as well. Just getting, it's all part of the same structural stuff. Everything needs to come into play for this one thing to be healed. It's big, this. So having taken down the structure and brought you back into normal shape, what I'm feeling now is that we now can finish off the story, because what I'm seeing is the burning to the ground. So what we need it to finish, this fire to finish. And so that's what's happening now. We're finishing off the, instead of it being a live fire and constantly within the agony and the suffering and keeping it live, it's now, I can see the finished result. Everything's decimated. The black energy of the ash on the ground, the burning, and the peace that comes with that. There's there's a freshness that comes with that kind of destruction, a bit like heavy fire, heavy rain. When it settles, there is a sense of space. So I'm very gently just taking everything down and removing it all from your system. I want you to focus on going inside yourself and being aware that you now have space, not a black hole you're going to disappear into, but this really beautiful sense of when you go into your inner landscape, there is just this wonderful sense of potential and space within there. It feels safe and contained. It feels like it's ready, like a womb ready to receive the seed of potential, possibility, growth, next phase, whatever it may be. Your internal landscape is now has become this much more healthy, vibrant, very beautiful space. Now you might see it just like space in the stars and the emptiness and the very deep blue color, or you might look in and see light. Maybe you actually see nature. I mean, I don't know what you're seeing, but whatever it is, there is this kind of sense of coming back to nature, coming back to the sense of space. Doing really, really well. I'm in the back of your neck now, and I've got some interference in the back of your neck coming down your spine. And I can see it. I can't tell whether it's a bee or a fly. It's a weird buzzing thing, and it's latched on to the back of your neck, and it feels like it's suckling from the back of your neck. So I'm just going to remove it. It's got a really long, like a hummingbird pincer going right into your neck. So I'm just taking it out. And I'm handing it over to the police, to the enforcers, because I need to find out where this is coming from. I've got no indication at this moment, and so I'm going to give it to them because this is not a legal attachment. There's no reason why that should be there. So I'm just handing over. Hopefully they'll come back in a minute and let us know. Okay, so can we heal that wound, please? And see it. Thank you. That's better. Okay, so the next thing I'm getting for you is another kind of device looking thing. It's a metal pole. It's got grooves in it, and it feels like an influence in you that changes, and it changes shape, as in, so there's these weird kind of metallic attachments that slot into this metal bar. It's not quite in your body, it's kind of off body, it's in your auric field, and it's like it chops through. So it's like these metal, they're about, I don't know, maybe a foot long by about 6 inches, and it's like a metal pole, and they've got these grooves in, and it's like somebody keeps putting in these, slot it in there, slot one in there, and then they'll move it around. So something's influencing you, and it's like it's cutting through your aura.
That's it. Yeah, okay. Somebody said that before about my aura, that it's got ridges like on it.
Right. Okay. So I will remove it. I will sort it.
Thank you.
That's okay. So you know the person that's done this. This is actually, somebody's done this to you.
I was asking just then, who is it?
Who is it? Exactly. Who is it? You know them. They are alive.
Is it recent?
As far as I've got, they're alive. So did these come into her body in childhood? Okay, so was it 20 to 25? 25 to 30. How old are you?
I'm 36 next weekend, so yeah, 35.
So 35 to 30, so 20 to 25, 30 to 25 to 30, no, 30 to
I know,
34.
I know,
Gotta be that, isn't
I
it?
know who it
It's
is.
gotta be that.
I know exactly who it is.
You know who it is now, do you? Oh, great, okay.
It was,
So,
it was
so 31, 32, 33, 33, 34,
33.
33, 34. I've got, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, it was 33. It was, yeah, I know exactly who it was.
Okay, brilliant. Well, we know what to, we know we can deal with that now. Let's remove it from your system. Forces online, please. Stuck. It's really in there. I need it removed in professionally, please. She can't put it out herself. Did you have an emotional attachment to this person?
I was sleeping with her, and then I ran the hell away from her because she was really bad and she was doing some dark stuff with
Right.
another woman. I want, if we can get rid of any attachment to her at all.
So you're scared. There's a
She's
fear in
she's
there.
dangerous. She's very,
She
very
is.
bad soul person.
And it feels like you wouldn't remove it yourself because you were frightened of the consequences. So
Yeah,
you've
I blocked her, and
yeah,
but
you've got a real kind of like, I'm not doing it, I'm not going anywhere near this. Everyone,
this,
you know, I because I just wanted to know why. I'm thinking you're a very brave and brilliant person. So you know, it's something quite severe if you're a bit freaked out. So I'm right to get the enforcers in. I get it now. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if she's a narcissist, but I don't know if she's potentially a sociopath. So I don't want anything to do with her. Her soul is very black.
There you go. It's been dealt with now. It's really karmic energy I need to deal with. No, okay, that's good. She shapeshifts.
Mm-hmm.
She takes on board weird animal shapes or weird animal personas. And it's like she sort of disguises herself as these animals. And this one, she's showing herself as a frog.
Oh, okay.
So she's showing herself, and frogs are very much, they're very amazing paranormals actually, but they're very cleansing. They're very spiritual in their ability to be able to move through different realms, through different elements. So and so she likes to embody this weird frog being, and kind of gets in places where she shouldn't get in. But she's been identified in your system as in this frog energy. So it's like she's pretending to be a healer, maybe, or something
Yeah,
like that.
I wouldn't surprise me.
And so it's kind of, she's marked you with this particularly weird energy. So we're just removing this attachment now.
Mm.
Yeah, it's back of your neck, all the way down your back. It's quite in there, so just bear with me. Gently, gently, don't, just in case it's booby trapped. Yeah, she does secret spells.
Yes,
I can feel the words. I can feel the quiet whisper of the words, the secretness of them all underneath it.
she does, and she works with another woman as well. Um, yeah, yeah, bad news.
She's right in there.
I only knew her a month, but it was a very strong reaction for me to Yeah, she's not good.
No, indeed, she's really this. It's a game. It's a game to her.
She's fucked up. Yes.
It's a game. It doesn't even feel like she's got an agenda. It just feels like she's so riddled that she's just being used like a toy, and so thus she thinks she's brilliant.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oof, oof.
So it's coming layer by layer. Little bit of a false goddess energy coming out now. Little bit kind of pretending to be Isis or perhaps something like that. Some kind of weird false thing coming out. That's good though, it's coming. And then through your solar plexus. And then into your ovaries, something in your womb energy that she got into. Oh, thank you. That had wings, whatever that was. Okay, so now I can see a scooter, like a moped.
Yeah, I was in a car accident with her and it involved a motorcyclist.
Let's shift that. You said we're going into the whole lot.
1 month, honestly.
1 month.
1 fucking month with her.
Send her the bill.
Oh.
Clearing that layer, please. Thank you. And the influence in her aura, please. Thank you. Is that thing gone now? Does it lift that out now? That's it. I want to see it gone. A weird totem pole. Oh, thank you. Oh, let's change the structure of your auric field. Okay, so what's that highlighted in the back of her neck? Is that how she really feels, or is... Oh no, I think that's who she really is. Let's see if something gone all grounded from her spine. Bit of heaviness there. Let's see what we can just lighten that up a little bit in its seriousness. Let's bring some light in now. That's better. Just a little bit of light is needed. So bringing that light now in to activate the back chakras down through the legs into the feet and into the earth, please. That whole back energy just needs to be reclaimed and realigned. Yeah, pull that plug out. Yeah, Laurie. Back of the heart. Yeah, and you can remove that device too. I don't know how she's done it, but she's really got into corrupt animal energy. I've never seen so many rogue power animals, and I'm wondering if that weird bee thing might have been to do with her as well. Because every time I see have a connection to her and the dysfunction, is an animal form in it. So I would be very wary of, at the moment, wary of power animals. Don't let any of them in right now. Okay? Just for now, because she can sneak in through them.
So she spends all of her time and money working with horses, and she's got 2 dogs in her house, but she keeps them in this cage. And I was just like, that's a sick person right there. Like, it's
That's not right, is it?
no,
Yeah,
it's
she's got a very twisted. She's not working for the right
no, she's
cause
not.
here at all. So yes, as I said, so normally animals are the safest
Yeah,
things on the planet, but not for you right now. Don't let any of them in. You don't need that. They'll, as I said, I don't think your guides will bring them to you because of this now. So if you feel anything coming, you send it into the fire.
okay.
You are fire. You put it into the fire. If it won't go in the fire, you put it into the water. You put it into something. And if you're struggling at all ever with or want to report anything to do with animal cruelty in any realm, Archangel Ariel is your animal, the big one. But straight to Mother Earth or Pan,
Yeah.
he will not like any abuse on animals, and he's scary, so because he's ultimately Satan. So it's you can report things, you can report stuff, is what I'm saying.
Hmm.
It's important, if you notice something, just to send it out there. Whoever the enforcers, the police, whoever works with you or is near you, they'll pick up your message, and that mine will certainly pick up the message now because they're looking for it.
Okay.
And that animal has been corrupted, so it needs healing. So if you end up being left with the animal, it's because you need to hand it over to go and get its healing, because it might be that once whatever it is gets the drift of the animals is now corrupted by you, kind of thing, because it's corrupted by the light. Might be just cut adrift, and then it won't, then it'll be lost.
Mm.
So if it feels like it maintains some personality in it, then it's her or whatever coming through. But if it just feels like it's a bit of a lost dead animal, you'll be able to tell the difference. You know that it's now needs to be handed back over to Ariel or to Pan, or somebody needs to take the animal for healing.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I lost it. Here it is. Okay. Is there any more to do for that woman? No. Is everything out of her for now? Is there anything left at all of influence now from her? No. So this should be it now. Yeah, you do feel clear, actually. It does feel quite nice inside you now. So, um, but yeah, she was a one, wasn't she? Bloody hell.
Oh.
But a useful lessons, though. Really useful, because you wouldn't have had this bit of teaching if you hadn't
Mm.
of the dark, if you hadn't experienced her. Sometimes we have to have those experiences so we know what it is. Know thy enemy, so to speak.
Mm.
Because then if you get a whiff of any of that kind of frequency again, you're going to be, you know,
Oh Lord, never. That she was something else. It
yeah,
was.
yeah, something pretty special.
Mm.
Okay, so anything we need to do? No, but you just need to follow my lead a second, because we just need to shuffle you into place. So I want you to imagine your cord of light that goes through your body, your central channel of light. Beautiful central channel of light it is. It's a bright, beautiful light. It's live, it's stillness, but it's alive. If you want a different color, whatever you want to do. I quite like the purity of the white light, but you want to make yours a different color, you can, whatever is going to be sparkly. And then I want your whole being to be aligned with your central channel. So what I want you to do is I want you to set your intention to widen it. So what you're going to do is you're going to push your channel all the way out. So you are then sitting in your channel, and it's going to go all the way to the edge of your auric field. So as far as your arms are wide as your aura. And you're going to this should feel nice, and it's just pushing it out, and you'll get healing from this channel. But at the same time, you are realigning, recentering, and rerouting, having reclaimed yourself. So your masculine and feminine is misaligned, but forward and backwards. Your masculine energy is literally trying to run forward, and your feminine energy is coming backwards. So let's just realign that first within this beautiful channel. What color is your channel? What have you made it?
It's a blue.
blue. I saw
It was
purple.
battling blue and pink, funnily enough. It was, and then it went blue.
Excellent, excellent. So
Which I
see
don't
blue.
like, because we don't want those stereotypes, but
No,
but it
blue
was.
is, the pink obviously the heart, the blue is the healing communication because you need to communicate. I saw indigo. I
Oh,
saw indigo. So I thought it was purple, but whether it could be either purple or blue, it's the same kind of thing. So it's that depth that we need, of that real intense depth that you've got going on there. So just accept it all. So I'm just realigning you. I'm just getting that right leg to stop running ahead of itself. Come on back now. That's the one. It gets all excited. And because you're very capable, it's like it goes before the signal. You know, you have an idea and your legs off and your feminist's going, but we haven't even made a plan yet.
yeah, it's really
going.
It does that in physical life too. I couldn't go jogging for the last couple of months because this knee buckled because it wasn't warmed up.
Okay, so that you really need to spend a bit of time focusing and grounding and
Ridiculous.
connecting and bringing them in alignment, knowing that this happens. And it's so funny because your feminine's much more mature than your masculine. And she just goes, what do we do with him? What do we do with him? You know, it's so sweet. It's lovely, actually. It's very loving. But there's a maturity that needs to come in the masculine, it feels. And so that's something else for another development that will come. But you've got a very mature feminine energy in there. She's brilliant, actually. So I can see where you get all your brilliance and your gifts from. But it's like you've got a queen as your feminine and a page as your masculine.
Yeah. That makes sense.
It's fun though. It's okay. They're back in now. That's fine. So are you aligned? I've got to finish. I'm coming now. I don't wish to rush you or anything. I know you go as fast as you can. I'm not having to go really. All right, there's just pulling something out from the back of your head, the back of your neck again. Interruption there, feels quite sore. It's old shit. Yeah, that feels better. That's good. Bringing it in now. That's lovely. You feel lovely. You feel very vibrant. You feel very awake. You feel very plugged in. Now is the time to do your channeling. You may want to, if you want to, shut down after. I've got to go now, but you may want to just close down because you are literally open. You know, your feet active. You're in the ground. Everything's, you're ready.
Yeah.
Which probably isn't the best to walk out the door with it. But if you wanted to carry on doing a bit of work now, do. Otherwise, will you close your chakras down for me now?
I will do, yeah. I'll meditate and calm it down.
Bless you, darling.
Thank you.
Great work today. Always fabulous work with you, Faye.
Oh, lovely. Thank you so much. Take care, Anna.
Bye.
Bye.